Hey guys, today I'm going to discuss my interpretation of this book called The Everyday Hero Manifesto by Robin Sharma. I'm going to discuss my interpretation of chapter number 9, which is The Joy of Being Laughed at. So, it's an amazing chapter, and I found it really insightful, in which the author has tried to explain the situations and circumstances wherein people around us, maybe our friends, relatives, or colleagues, or anybody who either laugh at us or make a mockery of us or do not support us in different kinds of situations. So let's get into detail and see which are these situations. And the author tries and says that you do not need to get demotivated, but it's in fact a time to laugh and enjoy. So we're gonna check in how and why should we laugh and these kind of situations. So let's try and check these. Also, I want to inform that these are purely my interpretations. So when you read the book, you may you may take it in a different way. So everybody can interpret it in their own ways. So please feel free to comment. What did you learn in case if you're reading this book? So, starting with the brief about the chapter, the author has tried to explain. Basically, the author has briefly mentioned three situations or three circumstances. I'll briefly mention these circumstances and then maybe we'll get into detail of each of the circumstances. Uh, the first situation or circumstances is that as we execute our ambition or maybe as we materialize any of our aspirations, there'll be a troll army or the trollers who will come into the picture and play with us. And the second situation is that as we try to live our true life, our authentic life, or maybe as we reveal our inner giftedness around the world, there'll be people in the form of cynics and critics who will come and play around with us. And this third situation is that as we move ahead, as we move high, or progress or increase our productivity, and as we prosper very high, there'll be naysayers who will come and laugh at us and play around with us, or maybe they will question us, or they will demotivate us, or they would not encourage us. So these three are the situations which the author has briefly mentioned, and I'm going to get into detail of each of them and see how maybe we can apply in our life. So let's try and see how we can apply in our life, and hopefully we would put into action all these learnings, and let's try and see how it helps us further. Now let's try and see how we can use and implement all these learnings into our day-to-day regular lives. Now, if you are a social media creator or a blogger or an artist or any professional, I would request you to think of those troll army who put down that nasty comment on one of your finest posts or one of your finest work. Now, if you're trying to live a most authentic life or your truest life, revealing your inner giftedness like your talents, skills, and knowledge, I would request you to think of those people who come in the form of cynics and critics who often criticize you or create that self-doubt inside you. If you are trying to start a new venture, if you are performing at your greatest productivity at your workplace, if you are starting a new YouTube channel, or if you are learning a new skills like a new language or a dance form or any situation, I request you to think of those people who come in the form of naysayers and often laugh at you or question you or do not support you. Always remember that those who are trying to stunt your dreams, they're actually revealing or exposing their insecurities or their limitations. So they are not really bothered about, they are not worried about you, but more worried about themselves. So always remember that it's not about you, it's about them. So do not surrender and always continue at any cost. Also, always remember that it's because they fail to take right action to fulfill their dreams or to start off something new. That's something which is troubling them or bothering them. And that's why they have become mean spirited. So, at any point of time, do not surrender. Always continue at any cost. And last but not the least, always remember that all those who created history were initially ridiculed, but later they were respected. When you are passionate about your dreams, when you have that kind of madness and that kind of fearlessness to take actions to achieve your goals, when you live your life bravely and do not follow herd, then you stand out of crowd. Then you'll be called weird, and that's okay to call weird, because majority of society often gets threatened due to your uniqueness and your creative power. This will lead to jealousy, mockery, and vicious attacks. But do not worry at all. In fact, smile and laugh, because this is a sign and a reminder that you are in the league of visionary dreamers and misfits, and be proud of it. So this is where the author says that uh, it's all about the joy of being laughed at. Never get discouraged. Do not get disappointed. This is all about happiness. Be proud of yourself. So these are the learnings I get from this particular chapter. I hope you loved my interpretations, and I would love to know your comments and your inputs in the comment section. See you soon, guys.